This one, yeah?
Babu, kanan ako.
And to use our tractor to get out there and back makes it easier, and I can show you what's going on in the farm. So while we drive along, keep your arms inside the tractor so you don't get hurt. And if you have brought vegetables or fruit from somewhere else, keep that inside your bags. Do not take that out in the farm because we don't want to spread diseases. There's some interesting things that are bringing disease into Australia at the moment, and biosecurity is on our minds at the moment. We actually brought some insects into this country in some nappies that were manufactured in another country, and that's very recent. It comes from that tractors can go super slow. So this is 7th gear, so you can imagine we can go down 7 times slower. A house for his mum. It's the house closest to the car park area. And things around, she's kind of good. And she loves a pat, so she comes out all the way with us. And doesn't give up. When we get off, it's fine to give her a pat. She just loves it. On the left, you'll see some little plums. These are called the Wilson plum. They're one of the oldest trees in the farm. These trees are probably close to 90 years old now. And they will go from green to the very dark red. When they're ready, they will be red. And it's a very sweet plum with a yellow inside. They're not the sort that you pick when they're green and you have them sour. That's a different variety, and I do get asked that a lot, but these ones are very super sweet. You can see that they Buckeye Gala. The buckeyes are looking really good this year, and you'll see our apple crop this year will be amazing. You'll see some little tiny cherry-like looking apples on the tree there. They're just baby crab apples. Crab apples taste quite sour, and this year I'm hoping to try and harvest them before the birds eat them. We're changing a lot of our trees into different things so that we can give you the chance to taste varieties you can't normally buy. And oh yeah, just as an example of how dry it is, you might be able to see the track here underneath these big trees. It's dry. It just shows you that we haven't had a lot of rain and that it's not soaking into the ground just here. The other thing you'll notice on the left-hand side is that these little trees, if you've been here before picking apples, you may have been here to pick Julie apples, and these used to be Julies, but we've actually grafted them to become something different. And in the case of the rows just here closest to us, these are Cox's orange pippin, or they will be as they get bigger. We've taken the baby fruit off the trees so that they get a chance to grow bigger faster. You'll see that they've got like the main trunk and then the 2 new branches growing out of that main trunk. The Cox's orange pippin, they are actually, it's now called a Tremlets bitter. You might have noticed the little tag on the end of the road. Tremlets bitter is one that we will use for making apple cider. And we do still have Fuji's, and in fact 3 rows up you'll see baby Fuji's, and the row that has the netting on it is also flat. So, and on the back trail it might scrape the ground a little bit as we go along. Don't worry, I'm sort of expecting that to happen. This is an area that is just a bit rougher than the rest of our track. Now, you'll see a group of rocks on the right-hand side. That group of rocks came from out of the area on our left a long time ago. So we call this area on our left the rock block. So it's the rock block. No rocks in there now because they're all in that pile. Now, as we come up the Here you'll notice we've got no plantings on the left and some ripped netting. The ripped netting, gradually we're taking this down and we're repurposing it. And I think I can see little kingfisher birds standing on the line.
Boris
It's not
बाहिरपट्टि
something else. There's someone on the line. He's
बाहिरपट्टि
looking
सानो
for
चरा
bugs in the grass I think it actually is a baby kingfisher. He's going to swoop down and get something to eat, something delicious growing on the long grass. Now, that area there, we've been waiting for some baby trees that will birds and prey. So we're getting some hawks and some eagles that are coming, looking for them, usually on a fine day, not on a rainy day like eating some fruit on the edges where they can get in. The net all around the farm is originally to stop hail, but now we're using it to stop birds and bats, and it's doing a reasonable job until you get a lot of these birds come. And we have to make sure that we look after get rid of the holes. You'll notice when we get off, I'll show you a few things about the netting and about the holes and how we use clips to fix the holes, and we also stitch them. It's a big job. Someone's got to do it. On the right-hand side, they're actually in that area to our right are cider apple trees. On the area to our left, these are more trees that are apples. These are actually there's about 30 different varieties I now have planted in the left here, but the majority of them are a gala apple. You see a couple here that are completely confused and got little flowers and no leaves. They're just waking up thinking that now is springtime. They are actually a variety from England that don't suit us here. And I trialled growing them to see what they were going to do, but they're no good. We don't get it. You'll see some pink things hanging in some trees. These are actually old nectarine trees that we were going to remove, but the University of Sydney asked us not to. It's linked to the amount of rainfall we had a couple of years ago, and those trees are slowly dying. And they have some straps attached to them that we had to put on there when we had all that rain a couple of years ago to help hold them up. We haven't found a good solution at this point to as we come down ago, not even. You'll see that they have a plastic sleeve around the bottom. The plastic sleeve is to stop rabbits from chewing them, and that sleeve will stay on them for about 7 years, maybe a bit less, but I'm thinking about that amount of time. And know that as time goes on though, because it gets to the point where we won't be able to find baby trees like still like grass. So, on the left, you can see some pigeons. Further down, we're going to do some picking in this book, and I'll show you where the best ones are and how to find them, how to pick them. But if you find a right one, they'll taste really nice. If you get any, they'll show you what to do to pick, and also show you some of the things about these that you might be interested in before we get off to pick. Who's getting hungry? You can eat as much as you like when we get off. You'll be able to eat as many of these as you wish. Now, to pick these is pretty super easy. You basically grab hold of the peach and you'll pull and give it a slight twist. It's very super easy. Now, I'm going to pass this along on the front trailer and show you a couple of special things. Firstly, we want to look for bigger fruit rather than little ones. And I see if I can find one that's an example of what not to pick because of its size and its colour. And there were some, I actually picked a couple off there. Get you one. I'll find a bigger one. One out this way and the other side growing out that way. And it will still be closed, it won't have an open hole. It's still got a cracked seed inside, but it hasn't popped open. It's also, I'm noticing that they're cracking horizontally as well as that way. They're also cracking across. And then you'll get a funny bump out the side. And then it's a funny shape. They still eat okay, they still taste good. But the problem with one that's open at the end, if we've had a lot of rain, which we haven't had, there's a risk of it growing on the branch like a cup and getting water inside. So it's monitoring, looking for new bugs, strange bugs, giving us a heads up if there's anything that is out here. Be with the children and don't let them walk to the dam by themselves because they can fall in and then I have to swim to get them. So you can spend, we can stay out here for like a good 3/4 of an hour, and then we'll head back. So you've got plenty of time to take selfies and take photos.
이건 한번 잘. What's this?
One more here. Okay. धेरै राम्रो गीत यस्तो गीत त Babu.
Babu. Never mind. Really hot. So do you. Well, everybody does.
हेर त यो त कस्तो
Hello. किन टिप्नु हुन्छ त्यसमा?
अनि देखाइदिएको हेर न ल ल समाउ न
दिशा गरेको?
कस्तो छ त्यसको सेप देखाउ त मलाई
Looks like a दिशा.
हैन कस्तो गरेछ सेप त्यसको सेप
What do you mean? Tote.
पानी पर्यो
La magie. Hey, wait, wait.
के हुन्न क्लिन गरे भइहाल्छ नि
यहाँ त get the Babu. See that big one? Get it? No. Behind it. Behind. This one behind. Actually, no, never mind. Show you. Show them.
You can crank it up to go a bit faster and then make your staff work quicker. But then it's not relaxing.
नगर न
You're only as good as your slowest person.
त्यस चाहिँ पाइ बोल्ने रहेन बाबु
No, it could be, it's just the way sometimes
Super Saiyan. You want to make me
sometimes in screaming now it's not
Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, you're not.
गालामा
छिटो चढ्न हो यहाँ कति के बुढियामा सर
नगरामा कस्तो भयो ट्रक राइड ट्र्याक्टर राइड भेरी नाइस
And the netting above our heads has got an extra 6 wires inside the little square. As you look actually through the left here, you see this is bird net. And if you can see above our heads, you'd see it's a much finer, almost more closed kind of net, something different. Some of these fruit salad trees have 3 types of fruit growing on it. I was talking to some people about cherry pickers. On the right hand side here is a yellow machine. Our staff work 7 days, well, we work 7 days a week, but our staff work 5 to 6.
बाबु अर्को बाटो छोरीलाई गाडी सिकाउने मम्मी टिचर
मम्मी कानमा कराउँदै
मम्मीले कानमा कराउँदै
मैले जुगम खान पर्ने रहेछ कि त्यही हजुर जस्तै गर्नै
लागेर अनि लेफ्ट साइडमा रोक ओके स्टप